It's called Wisteria. The air is so thick today. Rivers of heat gather at my ankles. Even in my delirium, I know that nothing from the past can be made real again, if it ever existed in the first place. Remembered, perhaps, or retrieved involuntarily, as Proust surmised from the taste of the Madeleine cookie or the smell of a flower. So, for retrieval's sake, I pick one. I reach up and from one of its drooping clusters of pink and purple, I pick a wisteria flower. I've been told that it symbolizes a devotion that transcends death, though some cultures claim it's a symbol of luck, success, creativity, and long life. And because it can live for more than 100 years, it is often regarded as a symbol of eternal wisdom. In some mythologies, it's an excellent weapon against demons. The smell alone is a demon repellent, which works especially well against low-ranking demons. And when used on a regular high-ranking demon, it can paralyze them at the very least. So, just in case, be sure to have a wisteria flower on hand. You know, you never know. So it's as simple as that. I pick a wisteria flower to retrieve a sensation, a smell, a feeling of being here, not there. Whatever it is I hold in my hands today, it's not the time my father came home drunk and smashed the bathroom mirror, which fell into pieces in the sink below. I saw my face in those shards of glass, a face sliced in ragged, disassembled pieces that refused to cohere. This flower brings none of that back. Neither my mother's slaps when I was 8, nor my father lying on the hallway carpet when I was 16 because I had pushed him, and down he went straight as a tree. The thud of his head as it hit the floor, eyes shut, maybe dead. He was wearing his drinking outfit, that gray, faded fishing jacket, veteran of so many trips into the Gulf of Mexico, anchored next to the oil derricks where spade, snapper, and catfish flew out of the water faster than he or his drinking buddies could haul them in. Then my father opened his eyes, as if rising from the dead, and looked at me, standing above him, a swordless, unsure dragon slayer. His eyes caught mine, and I could tell he was asking me whether or not I wanted the power. And for a moment, I thought about it. I think if I had said yes, he would have given it to me. He would have consented. I mean, you could slice the difference in my father's eyes between kindness and compassion and anger and power. Standing above him, the feel of my own adolescent muscles, I knew that I didn't want the power to keep my father down. So I stepped aside, relieved I hadn't killed him. He stood up, a slow, wobbly rise onto both feet, then staggered down the stairs, and I could hear the side kitchen door slamming as he left the house on his way to drink some more. It was as if he had had a mission, the odyssey of the father leaving home. But what great battle lay at the bottom of that battle, I never found out. That was when I was 16. But I was 5 when I'd begun to realize that everything in life was life. Everything in life is life. Like when you throw anything into a suitcase before a long journey away from home, the jagged glass and the nights in bed listening to the rain against the window panes and the tin roof on the backyard shed. Life was everything, lucky and oppressive, like an old winter coat. We look inside and find nothing. And nothing's out there either, beyond us, more than we can see, making believe, even in this delirium, that an algebraic equation makes sense of the chaos in the most intimate of places. Well, my father will be coming home soon. If the flower I'm holding in my hands retrieves anything, which it doesn't, my old lost father will stagger up the stairs, and go into their bedroom and look for more cash in one of the dresser drawers so he can get back into the car and drive somewhere where they pour whiskey into shot glasses so he can gulp it down. And then what? What's the what? I asked myself. The what that must have happened to him when he drank all that whiskey. What was the what that I never understood? Dad, why do you drink? I asked him. Well, I'll tell you when you're older, he said. So I got older, asked again, got the same answer. When you're older, I'll tell you. So I kept getting older, waiting for the answer. When he died, I still wasn't old enough. I was 18 in Italy in a room overlooking Lake Como when I got the call. Come home, a voice on the phone said, you're the man in the family now. And when I got back, I would have dug him up, opened the coffin, pulled him up, shouted at him in his spiffy suit. I'm older, Daddy, I'm older. You can tell me now. I would do that if I thought it would have brought the answer. And now today, the heat gathering in my ankles, this wisteria flower in my hand, expecting its smell to retrieve a secret long buried. I know how dead the past is. Mum, when it comes to secrets and answers. After he died, I tried it myself with liquor and drugs, but no answer came. Whatever it was my father got, there was nothing there for me. Air is all we've got, one day after another, day after day, an old winter coat in the thick of summer. But when I was 5, I decided I would make art. It was the day my father said he was going to come home and chop all our heads off. At least that's what my mother told us when she got off the phone with him. She said I should pack a bag, that we were going to my grandma's house, but instead I took the crayons out of the Crayola box and drew things sitting on the floor of the living room. I drew mostly trees that looked like faces, faces that looked like trees, and little houses on the horizon that looked like people. I drew a shoe and it looked like a mouse. I drew a spoon and it looked like a carrot. I drew a perfect cube and it looked like a sphere. Unable to see anything, I drew everything black, dark. Warned to never stare into the sun, I drew everything yellow. Unable to burn a hole in the explanation or meaning, I drew everything red. I could hear the thunder outside. I could hear the lightning crack, the sky wide open. I could feel the wind shake the house, and it was scary and exciting, like being inside a magician's magic closet. I drew everything blue and called it sky. No algebraic equations changing a goddamn thing. Life went on as before. No one to see me. Blinding myself by staring too long into the brightness, waiting to grow up without getting caught, without knowing the answer to anything. I didn't do anything. I caused nothing to happen. All I did, day after day, was draw a tree that looked like a face, and drew a line that looked like a sentence, and added words that made the world disappear. So give me credit for this one thing. I stayed. I stayed.